Beloved ones, we greet thee, 'tis Alcazar. And we invite each and every one of you just to totally relax as we say a few words to you. As we have said so many times, it is not the words that we are speaking, but the energy behind the words that can truly impact and give you the opportunity of personal evolution. Just as we talk to you, just as you relax and allow, there's an energy that we are bringing, an energy that is almost too difficult to describe. We will not describe it simply because then it brings you up into the mind trying to understand. We are inviting you to simply relax and receive, and to move into a level of trust. For most of you have been connected to the Stargate, to the words of Alcazar and others, and now you can really begin to trust the energetic experience without necessarily having the need to understand with your mind. So, as most of you are aware, Atlantis, Lemuria were very important times in the evolution of humanity. Lemuria was very much a heart-centered lifestyle, community. They carried compassion, love, sharing. The whole of the community were connected, were aware of the oneness. With Atlantis, as again most of you know, they were more interested in the sciences, the mind, creating on a physical level, higher dimensional experiences. The coming together of these two separate parts of human potential is vitally important. The last time that we were in the Azores, we started the energetic process of bringing these together. In this next adventure that we will be in a few days in the Azores, we will be taking this combined energy, which has now had approximately 1 year to really mix and meld and become one. Now we will start to, as we say in the title, the freedom and the flow, to bring freedom and flow into your lives. Can you just take a moment to feel that potential? How will it feel to experience a flow in your life, a freedom in your life, without the restrictions, the seeming restrictions that are there right now? Humanity is moving into a new reality. You are going to see this in your lifetimes. The potential that is in the process of being manifested right now is going to change this world in the very near future. You are part of this incredible change. Understand that when you come together like this, in the many ways that you are gathering, when you come together like this, you are creating the vibration of community, global community. As these two travel around the world and you come to these gatherings, when you see each other, you recognize that we are all so similar. It does not matter what language you speak. It does not matter where you have lived. It does not matter the color of your skin. Beloveds, we are gently recognizing the oneness. Yes, out there in the world, there is still terrible separation. But understand this, the more that you gather, either in person or online like this, you are creating the frequency, the vibration, the desire for community. And so let us understand what community is. For in the past, it has simply meant living together. And yes, that is going to happen more and more. But the community around the Stargate is global. The community is of like-minded people. The community is one who are opening to grand potentials beyond just being human. Connecting to the star families, opening your hearts to start to receive energetics from beyond the human reality, bringing in the vastness of all that is. So you are familiar with bringing the energies of the angels, the masters, and so on. And you start to vibrate those energies in your daily life. It is a process, a gentle process of evolution, a process that you don't even really notice is happening until you look back over your life and you say, wow, I have really changed. I have let go of some of these old ways of being. So many now, as we talk with you, as we meet you around the world, so many are recognizing, yes, I have changed. Understand it is a gentle process. But if you look back over the time you have spent with us, you will start to recognize, well, yes, I have changed. Life is on one level becoming much more easy. I am less stressed. I am more open. And so as we move into this next experience in the Azores, we are inviting you to really be open to the flow. The openness is your freedom. The flow is a natural occurrence as you open yourself to the freedom that is already there, which you need to claim. And the mind might say, but how can I open to freedom when I have so many responsibilities, so many limitations about money or work or family? Beloveds, that is the old way of looking at things. It is for you to claim this unknown energetic that we are calling freedom. Demand it of yourself to live in freedom rather than being controlled by those around you, whether they are your relatives, your schools, your boss. it might seem that we are asking you to be rebels. And in some level, yes, we are. But in a gentle, respectful way to those around you. And as you start to claim this freedom, you will find that existence reflects back to you more and more opportunities to be free. And then the flow in your life becomes very obvious. So many beautiful things start to happen. Connections with others. Seemingly magic events occurring that you didn't create consciously. But your very vibration, as you demand from existence more freedom, it starts to come to you. And in this process, a great deal of trust is needed. Trusting yourself, being courageous enough to take a step into this unknown, this freedom, knowing that you will be challenged by those around you, and staying with a loving heart, non-judgmental to those who perhaps might criticize you or say, this is wrong, don't do this. Beloveds, trust in your own intuition, your own inner guidance. You will feel what we are saying. And if it is appropriate for you, you will start to gently move into more freedom in your life. In these days together in the Azores, with those who are there gathered and those who are going to connect in via your technology, we are going to be sharing energetically how to move into more freedom and flow. As we have said so many times, it is not the words. The words are there to, in a sense, occupy the mind, allow the mind to feel okay about opening to the energies. So the mind thinks it understands what is going on. But beloveds, the energy that we bring you, the energy of support, the energy that can allow you to move more gently and easily into freedom and flow, will be coming to you. And it is not that you need to try and understand it. You simply need to welcome that energetic support. And as you welcome and receive it, you will start to see in your lives gentle changes. You will start to see this sense of freedom, first of all, just a feeling inside. But then you will start to notice on a very practical, physical level that life starts to flow. And the flow is freedom. And freedom is the flow. So, beloved ones, this is just the next step in humanity's evolution that we are bringing to you. Okay.
And so, beloved ones, we wish to also hone in, to kind of zoom into the bullseye of the vibration of this word freedom and this word flow. These words can become triggers for you to experience higher states. So indeed, we ask that you let go of the constraints of what you typically call freedom, what it represents to you, the layer upon layer of practical meanings. and see this word freedom from an elevated, energetic perspective. When we are inviting you into the energy of freedom, yes, it can ripple into your life in all of these practical ways, but in its purest form, we are talking of what the oracles of Delphi spoke of when they said, "Know thyself and be free." This is the kind of freedom that detaches you, untethers you from the cords that bind you to your suffering. This is what we mean by freedom. And flow is simply absorption in the presence of the deep now. There are so many researchers, scientists, peak performance experts, athletes, even what are called corporate athletes, who are studying this phenomena of flow. And it comes with a kind of saturation of your focus into the present moment that creates an inner richness. It creates the feeling that you are absolutely alive, entranced, absorbed completely in your present moment experience. And so you can experience time differently, whether it is sped up or slowed down. Both can occur. How fascinating is that? Beloveds, you are vast, and yet so much of the time you experience just a fraction of what is possible for you. And so can you see the kind of freedom we are inviting you into? And where do Atlantis and Lemuria tie in with this? Well, each of those civilizations, and each and every one of you has experienced at least one of them in one form or another. For both of these had different epochs within those civilizations. But each of those civilizations knew higher states. And so you have lived upon this, your earth, knowing the greater access that your consciousness as an antenna can have. Both of these civilizations knew of humanity's star origins, and in fact, the star mothers walked among you in Lemuria, and many civilizations commingled with Atlantis, both on the physical and higher dimensional levels. You knew higher technology in Atlantis. That resonance is returning as humanity takes leaps and bounds in its technology today. For many of you, there is a sense of dread that can arise because you remember. And what is occurring in your politics, moreover, is enhancing that same sense of turbulence and concern. Beloved ones, there has never been a better time. Now is the time to return to a balancing. Why? Because by balancing this concern and letting this dread inform your current day perspective, rather than trying to suppress or balance or heal it out of existence, just allowing the remnants of this ancient civilization which collapsed, which ended in catastrophe, just by dusting off those energetic memories, you are actually bringing that resonance into crystal clarity within the collective consciousness or the unconscious as it could more aptly be described. And then this wisdom, how not to repeat the same mistakes of hubris and a kind of greed. Those collective lessons can be shared even more powerfully, even more clearly, for they will be untethered from the heaviness and the pain, and the wisdom will be what remains. And when the wisdom is untethered from the heaviness, it is lightweight, and therefore it can fly further into the thoughts, the intuitions, and the guidance systems of humanity. Beloveds, it is time for you to reclaim who you truly are, to become untethered from the pains of the past. And this is part of what Lemuria represents, for it was a paradise of sorts. It was a place of unity and community, but more than all, a place of communion with your true self, with nature, with the garden that your Gaia represents. And so by reclaiming the balancing of these two influences, and many of you feel the pain of the loss of Lemuria, so reclaim the purity, the connectedness. Go out and connect with your planet, with your plants, with your soil, with your earth, your waters, your rivers, your streams. Reclaim the innocence of that time.